What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video. I just wanted to give my 2 cents real quick on this coronavirus, this COVID 19, in the last 72 hours, in which everybody's talking about how it's hitting the black community so hard. And and oh my God, it's so many deaths, so many African Americans are dying. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I just want to give my 2 cents on that. Let's be absolutely fucking clear about this. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about no black about black people and how this virus is affecting black people. There is no fucking like. I'm not gonna go. Well, I'll full disclosure. Have I looked at the data? No. So I want to say that up front. That being said, we all know whenever America catches a cold, we get the flu. So Lord knows if America has a fucking virus that shuts the goddamn economy down like this, we already know what time it is. So this should be no surprise to black people that this may be hitting us hard as we are more vulnerable. When you look at quality of life metrics, like in this case would be health, in this case would be economics as well, we already know what time it is. Then you look at how the hood is structured, which is structured to really keep people in more so than keeping them out. When you look at places like Chicago, New York, New Jersey, which is heavily hit. So obviously you have places like Jersey City, um, um, Newark. I mean, it's obvious, that's going to be an issue. Obviously, we're a smaller population as well, so something like this can affect us and drive our numbers up because we're a smaller population. However, I am very, very skeptical of this idea that whether they're liberal or conservative, Democrat, Republican, the media, that they give a fuck about some shit killing black people. So one must ask oneself, why is it so necessary for this constant drumbeat on CNN? Within the last 72 hours, CNN, fucking Bloomberg, now that he's mad that he got shooed off and embarrassed. And I can understand why he's mad because he was embarrassed. Trump, all these people talk about African Americans, which particularly African American men are dying more based on what they want to say than anybody. Milwaukee. It's always this, we got to make anything that's negative, black people got to be made the face of it. And what kills me about this shit is number one, that doesn't help white people. And it goes to show you that white people are willing to die for white supremacy. They're willing to sacrifice because this is the one thing what I would say. What people are not talking about is people, you notice how just because the coronavirus is here doesn't mean other things have stopped. It doesn't mean that the low birth rates and the driving down of birth rates of Caucasians has all of a sudden stopped. It doesn't mean that, the heroin and opioid addiction has all of a sudden stopped. In fact, motherfuckers are at home with nothing to do. And if you're an extroverted type of personality, which I'm introverted, but if you're extroverted, then stopped. Doesn't mean this shit is stopped just because other things are put out in the news. Just because all you see is COVID-19 in the news doesn't mean everything else is not happening anymore, which was going on last year. That stuff does not ramp down. What I would also say is white folks, the hit, I'm not talking about the rich. I'm talking about like folks that really had their a lot of their wealth in the stock market. Like a lot of these older like boomers, they took a fucking nasty blow. with all this goddamn with this shit. And it's gonna take a minute for that shit that shit is just not gonna just bounce back up. It's just not. And a lot of these people were looking to pull their retirement out. And when you look at how the economy is going to be reorganized while this is going on, I see motherfuckers constructing shit in order to basically, McDonald's to make them automated and stuff. Don't make no mistake that that's not happening. That is happening. Walmart's. This is the best time to do that because at the end of the day, you're not generating revenue anyway. So it's the best time to make those kind of investments, especially if you're a company like Walmart and stuff like that. Company like GM, best time to do this shit. So my point is, they're always anything is bad, and I know why they're doing this. They always want to make it like, don't worry, don't worry. Black people are doing worse than you, so it's not that bad. You have to remember that white people view themselves in a lot of them. This is not all of them, but I'm talking about the lower class ones, especially. Mainly, they view themselves in comparison to us. So if as long as black people are doing worse or they put that out there, that's a way of calming the American society. Like real fucking talk. So now is that to say that as a black person, because I will say I always well, I'm not gonna act like I always did, but that shit about, oh, well, if you got melanin, this virus isn't affecting you. I've always believed that I did kind of think, okay, you shouldn't be betting your life on this shit because that's just retarded. But it really gets on my fucking nerves. It really, really, really fucking annoys me that I'm just constantly seeing that shit. And at the end of the day, we already know that they're not gonna do shit. So this idea that it just kills me when you see black people like the Surgeon General or other folks. Well, we got to do this, we got to do that. No, no, the fuck we don't. No, the fuck they're not. So why even have that fucking conversation? Like motherfuckers give a fuck. This shit about you see the typical black folks about, well, we need to do this and we need racial disparity and da 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 because we're being affected. Nobody gives a fuck. So I'm just done with hearing that shit. I'm past that now. I've kind of been past that shit. I even had to turn off Jason Black because every time I turn around, Jason Black, I actually kind of prefer Professor Black Truth a little bit more to Jason Black, unless when it's talking about white supremacy, because Jason Black will really get like, he'll just take it to a level. I'm like, goddamn, man. I just can't hear this shit constantly, man. I really can't. I really can't. I get it. I fucking get it. I'm on my cell phone, so it should be fine. The way I look at this is a once, I won't say in a lifetime opportunity, but this is definitely a once in a decade opportunity, 15 years opportunity where everything has been frozen. And if you're in the position to move while everything else is frozen, you can accelerate things in a way that that would have been very difficult otherwise. Now, when you look at, I've already talked about that, so I'm not going to keep on repeating that, but you really need to start thinking glass half full and not glass half empty. Now everybody's in a different situation. I'm not gonna pretend like I know all y'all situations, but if y'all got child support and y'all lost your job, you need to go get that shit reorganized. You need to take this red pill information and use that shit and get yourself in a position. But this is one of the reasons why I don't even like. If I wasn't working from home, I wouldn't even be watching the news like that, because it's just something that's on. But at the end of the day, um, don't listen to that bullshit. Do what you need to do. Make sure you protect yourself. Um, you know, you all, if you all listen to me, the chances are you all listen to BGS. So you all need to do the shit you need to do. A lot of that survivalist type of stuff, at least the basic stuff. You know what's going on. Don't worry about convincing somebody else of what's going on. If they don't know, they don't want to know. If they don't ask, don't tell. This idea of trying to convince females to convince people of red pill shit is dumb. It's always been dumb. I like having the conversations because it still lets me know they still on what the fuck they're on. But I've never tried to convince them of adopting red pill shit. So anyway, anyway, let me see what y'all say. Cause I ain't really looking light skinned as ever. Oh, okay. I was about to lay down when I saw the notice. Yeah, appreciate that, Sam. I am. I think my girlfriend mom just got it. She called me today telling me they have her mom quarantined in the back room. Two nurses there in Chicago. There's no more room in the hospitals. Damn, Archer. When shit gets real, shit gets real, right? It's like I said, man. Search for who had it. Shit, like man, real talk. Cause I've been going. Like I don't go to the store often. But I do go like every 3 days. And real talk, it's like I'm like, even though in my county it's about like 400 cases, I still don't want to take no risk. I'm like, I need to get me one. I need to start wearing that like a mask, and then start doing a protective covering because it is that serious. I really don't need to get that shit because I live with people. And that's another thing too. When you like the H1N1 shit or H1L1, whatever the fuck, people die from that. I'm not one that's they're over like reacting. I'm not necessarily on that, but my thing is y'all got with this stuff coming out, chances are there might be another stimulus package to come out to restart the economy. Like I said, yeah, man, that's all that really is. And at the end of the day, people are talking about what about the election and all of that. I mean, that's gonna happen. The election's gonna fuck you. That Wisconsin election happened. Like motherfucker, you just won't vote. Are you gonna do a ballot? They not gonna postpone the election. That's not happening. And I'm gonna be honest. And I know Biden kind of it's like really weird because honestly, this is when you want to be in the White House. And the truth is, Trump. You see, the difference between Trump and Obama is again this just really goes to show you the difference between a white dude and especially a Republican and I mean Trump is gonna be given so much rope. Like you really see motherfuckers giving him so much benefit of the doubt. And to keep it all the way real, Obama wouldn't have got that kind of benefit of the doubt. And everybody knows it. This is why when people get so mad about, oh, well, how can people vote for Trump and Trump and Trump? I'm like, y'all, it's not even about them saying that. It's about you all really don't understand what fucking country you live in. Cause y'all really asking that question like y'all don't understand why he's being given such a benefit of the doubt. Like y'all really act like y'all don't get it. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, BGS put out this post too, talking about some of the stories that he's heard with people homeschooling and how their sons are doing very well, and this is coming from women, right? And again, it just goes to that women are gonna buy into what the society says, and this is why motherfuckers try to act like black mothers are like unvaluable, which they go along with a lot of the bullshit because at the end of the day, the public school system is really used as fucking daycare. It really is. This and you're kind of seeing that a lot of that shit that white teachers be saying be bullshit. Is bullshit. And it's but at the end of the day, we'll see. We will see. I mean, I could talk about some other bullshit that's been going on, but at the end of the day, man, I'm done with a lot of this back and forth dumb shit in the manosphere. Like seriously, I'm looking forward. Because a lot of these motherfuckers, a lot of these dudes are losers. I won't say a lot, but there are some dudes that are losers. They're with in the black community what I would call entertaining losers, where they keep shit going, dust up shit going, and then these motherfuckers just don't know how to let that shit go. But anyway, I just want to put that out there, man. That shit was getting on my nerves, constantly seeing that shit, and they're gonna keep on doing that shit. It's just gonna be constant, constant, constant. Oh, it's black people, it's black people, it's black people, and what's gonna happen, and all that's just done to calm down these old white folks. That's all. That's really all that is. Oh, okay, so we're doing better than the blacks. Okay, that's all that is. That's all that is. And it's very obvious that's all that is in the messaging. Because this idea that they bring it up like they actually gonna do some shit about it. Like anybody gives a shit. And then you see same old motherfuckers that they want attention. It's fun. Shit's funny to me. But anyway, y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long. Probably do something tomorrow. So this is Edward signing off. Peace.